Hello, everybody. Looks like we've already got quite a few in here. That's good. My son lost their game. They ended up losing by 3. At one point, they were down by 7 or 9, something like that. They were up at one point also, but at least they came back and only ended up down 3 instead of quite a ways down. So, and then at the very end, their team got the ball, and the kid turned around and chucked it for a buzzer beater and missed, but he threw it at the other team's basket. Of course, the entire gym, both sides erupted. Thought it was funny. The kid probably thought they were all laughing at him, but it was hilarious. Let's kind of run through this here, see what's going on. We got KJ in Ohio. Hello. Riley Hunt's coins. Got Jim Thompson. Greetings from the Outer Banks of North Carolina. We've got Chris Helms. Welcome. We got Gregory. Says hi. Chris Helms getting it going with Sprite Zero and a 39. KJ's Dr. Pepper Blackberry 39. Hey, Bellows Forge. Good evening. Yeah, not doing too bad. I'm here with you guys, so it's always great. Start writing some of these stuff down. Chris Helms, 39, Sprite, 0. KJ's also going with 39. Seems like that's usually the popular year. Hey, Jimmy Licari, welcome. Riley says Sprite 0 and excuse me, Sprite 0 and 40. Jim Thompson, Pepsi 0 and 34. And JC Likes Pam, welcome. Says Pepsi 0 Cherry and 38. If you're not quite sure what's going on, you get to guess the drink that I have. I do have it out, so I can't cheat. And if you are correct, you get your name on the Wheel of Names. Let's see, who do we get? Did I get Jimmy? No, I did not. Dr. Pepper Cherry 0 and 38. Hey, welcome Smoker, 360. You say Fanta Orange and 39. Let's see. Gregory, did you get a guess in? I might have missed it. Same thing as Bellows Forge. Oh, Mountain Dew 37. So it looks like I've got KJ, Jim Thompson, Jimmy Licari, Chris Helms, Riley Hunt's Coins, Bell's Forge, JC Likes Pam with Smoker 360. We got Gregory coming in with the Mountain Dew 71. You're only going with 71? Wow, okay. You can change that if you want. Usually find at least into the 40s and 50s. Last hunt on Monday, we had 3 buffaloes, a dateless, a 1919, and a 1927, I believe. I know it's a later start time, but it was either that or not stream. Are you sticking with 71, Greg? Gregory? New Marshall, welcome. Fresca Peach 40. Yeah, I've asked again when I went in, and they said no pennies. But they did at least get me 2 more boxes of nickels, so I've got another week's worth of hunt. Well, 2 weeks worth of hunt, because I have 4 now. Hopefully everybody's doing good. I'm sure most of you had seen that, but that was me for Halloween, a biker princess. Got my rock star, my tutu, my wand, my glasses, my chain and jewelry, tiara, Santa hat. Threw it in there just because. Anyway, yeah, that was my costume. Just struggling to get penny boxes. Finally used to get 4, only allowed 2, if that. Now I'm hoping it's just a panic. Yeah, I'm hoping it's will die down. I think a lot of it is just the hype of, oh no, no more pennies. And then they're gonna be like, oh, we've got lots of pennies. Thank you, Keith. Had a couple of people say it takes someone very secure to wear that. And I was like, yeah. Love Frisco Peach. When I lived in Utah, I could find them, but now I moved to Georgia and can't find any near me. And Georgia is the peach state. I do like Fresca Peach over regular Fresca, but the Fresca Black Cherry is also really good. 2 uncirculated 2022 boxes. Keith, did you choose a year? Let's see, Gregory said we'll do 30. Sorry. That's going to be a much better choice than 71. Sprite 026. Ooh, nice. Hopefully we find another herd of buffaloes. Finishing off a bottle that I had opened for my son's game, but it's not on the list. Hopefully so. Well, think everybody in here has got their guesses in, I'm assuming. We had one winner for the Wheel of Names. That was Smoker 360. Fanta Orange. This is the same day and stamp and everything as the Buffaloes the other night. So hopefully that's a good sign. And it's a CW301. Can't tell the date on it. I think it's something 2025. I had a guy tell me 5-gallon bucket of pennies is worth over $500 face value. I offered to sell it to him, sell him a bucket for $400. 5 gallons equals $250 if you didn't know. I think it's approximately 147 or so wheat cents, copper, same thing, in a pound. That would be awesome if we had a Buffalo Ender. This is for BH Ringer tonight. I haven't gotten a hold of the other AFSP. So BH Ringer's been waiting on mail, and we weren't able to send it because of the postal strike up in Canada. So now that looks like we can start sending it again, I figure I would get his out of the way, and then Michael Erickson we can do next Monday. He said he will hopefully make it. He said it might be easier for him because he usually takes a nap in the evening, and sometimes he's not feeling well, so starting at 10 o'clock where he's at. Pull out any 2009s, 2024s, any old ones, 50s or older. If I come across like a proof, things like that. As we find old ones throughout the night, we will throw names on the wheel. So if you're here and your name is on the wheel and you end up leaving, you do not have to be present to win. So, because I know a lot of people can't, stick around for 2.5, 3 hours, especially at night, and if you're back east. But you can always watch the stream again, on the end of it or whatever. But if you do win, just make sure you email me and claim your prize within 1 week. I can't remember who suggested it, but I'll show you guys here. Hopefully that makes it easier. So 1 is the front and back, 2 is front and back, etc. And hopefully those are all the correct ones now. So if you win, just email me, say you want a picture of that. I will send it to you, and that way you can look at it up close and that sort of thing. I've been thinking about doing something like that, and I ended up with that. And I threw my channel sticker on as a option also, because I have had people request that instead of a round. So very nice. Thank you, Smoker, and thank you, Jim Thompson. I love my give me liberty or give me death. Very welcome, Jimmy. I tried to get a whole smattering of them. I do have some that I still have quite a few of. Hopefully they've arrived safe and sound. I've had two people have theirs cut open and had the round taken out. And they had to cut it because I seal it up very well. New job starts tomorrow. Awesome. What are you doing? So far this box has not been as good. The box Monday night, first roll, a quarter of the way in, we popped our first buffalo. Right now the oldest of the box is in 1960. I know we'll find older than that, but I do have the 64Ds I'm pulling out. So far there's only one, because we will check for D over Ds. If I see any of the other varieties, we'll pull them out. On the mechanic job, not up at 4:30 a.m. anymore, which is nice. Yeah. Today they did surgeries, and they started at 5 o'clock. Like, I look for the 75D high D. So if it's basically between his collar and the 75, kind of like where that bow is, that's where you'd want to see it. This one's down below. So I do look for those. They started at 5, so the lady always comes in the morning. Had to get there earlier. And she's like 82 or something. And she still gets up and goes to work. I think it would probably drive her crazy if she just sat around all day. Which is probably why she still works. If you don't have points, one of the mods or myself can add those. I always try to start everybody out at 2 million points. And if you run out, I'll add some more to you. Is it 2025? I think I got a 25 for him, but I'll double check. I'll put it to the side and look in the ones in the package I have. And if it's not in there, I will include it. I think I've got through all but I think one of the AFSP donors. So I'll be back to doing my regular boxes. I have... Hey, Michael Erickson. Welcome. I do have you down for Monday, most likely. So far I haven't had the other AFSP join or get a hold of me, so I will let you know if it's not, but right now I'm planning on yours at 5:30 on Monday. So you have two options right now because I can't get pennies. I don't have penny boxes to do. The options is $10 for a no frills. That's only the finds you find in the box. Hit 10 viewers last stream and finally did the first guy. Awesome. BH did say that there is an extra prize tonight if we hit 50 likes. I think we had 43 or something the last time we did one for him, so there is a special prize that he himself is donating if we get to 50. And let's just say it's better than a copper round. It's going to be a expensive package to get that up to him, because it's been adding to it for, I think this is the 4th box now, so it'll probably be over a pound worth of stuff, because he'd won a couple. I think he'd won 3 copper rounds so far, plus all the coins and everything. But like I was saying, we have 2 options. You have $10 no frills, just whatever's in the box. The other option is a $25. You get a box of nickels that I will hunt for you, like I am doing now. And you also get guaranteed coin pack. I do have both penny and nickel packs because I can't get pennies, and I've got those available also for the packs. If you want a penny pack, you get a 2-cent coin. You get an Indian head. You get one from the teens, one from the 20s, two from the 20s, 2 from the 30s, and 1 BU from 40s or 50s. The other one is the nickel pack, and that is our first guess for the night. But the nickel pack, you get a V nickel, 2 dated buffalo nickels, a regular war nickel, and an AU war nickel. So throw whatever guesses you think this nickel is. Whoever gets the closest, either above or below, doesn't matter. If whoever's get the closest gets your name on the wheel for a wheel and name prize at the end of the night. So far we're up to 3 1964D possibilities. That was roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finally find one. Like I said, they were picked up the same day and the same stamp at the same bank, so you never know. I never thought I would have found 3 buffaloes in one box for someone, but we did that. And that night we ended up with something from the teens, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s. So that wasn't too bad of a hunt. As usual, if my kids call, because they usually call me about 9 o'clock when they're going to bed, and if they call, then I'll just throw it on mute for a second. Any more guesses? Since I think we'll probably swap it. There is no mint mark. Let's say, I think it was a 39 or 59, I can't remember. Let's throw it under the scope and find out. $19.39. And too bad there is not a mint mark there, because a 39 D and S are key dates. So 39, I know that quite a few of you had guessed 39. So far there's KJ, Chris Helms, and Smoker 360 that have all nailed it on the head. So if you guessed 40 or older, you're out of the running for the oldest coin. I do go either way, above or below. Not bad when you start box with a 39. I was so hoping it would be a D or an S. Unfortunately, it wasn't. There was one box I had, I think I found 10 1939s or 19... oh, yes, thank you. I forgot to look at the names. I was too busy looking at the box years. You said Michael Erickson. Oh, that's not even the right screen. There we go. KJ is great about keeping me on my toes for exactly that purpose. And I have got to make sure that we are on live chat. There, now I'm on live chat. I've done that a few nights where people have been guessing and then I never saw the guesses because it was on top chat. And if you missed the drink of the night, it's Fanta Orange. But yeah, I think there was one box I had that had 1939s. I had 10 of them, and none of them were they were all Philadelphia. It's like, come on, at least throw me one. I haven't done nickels on a while. If pennies keep acting this way, I might have to again. Yeah, I only started getting streaming going, and well, I'm betting that this roll is going to be short. So we'll find out. When you look in a box and the whole thing is short, are the kids big soda drinkers? Do they have favorite drinks? They do drink soda. We call it pop. I don't know if they have a particularly favorite drink for each of them, but it just depends on what it is. If it's like in the day, like I say Saturday afternoon or something, we're doing something outdoors or whatever, you know, at the pool. Of course, the pool's now closed up, I'm sure. but a lot of times they will take a sparkling water instead. I buy them from Sam's Club, so the Members Mark, and they're actually good. Like, they're basically Members Mark store brand of ice sparkling waters. They also make packets of like Crystal Light stuff. Currently hunting customer wrapped pennies that they pulled all the copper. Found 2 2023 VBVs and 2 DDOs. Nice. I have not found a 2023 extra V, but haven't been able to search a ton of them because I don't have many pennies. But yeah, I just started doing the live streams and stuff, and started offering boxes for sale, and then all of a sudden the banks are like, I can't get any. I did take them cookies yesterday. They were like, you're trying to hope to get pennies? I was like, well, of course I want pennies. I was like, but you guys are always nice to me and hook me up with getting other coins. So I was like, you know, you have to hook you guys up. There's only 37 nickels in this roll, so 3 short. I thought it was going to be at least, or only 1 short, but no, it's 3 short. Hate it when I get ripped off like that. Although, it was funny because one time I did a penny hunt, I found a dime in one of my rolls. And then I did a dime hunt, I found a penny in one of the rolls. So it equaled each other out. $72 DDO penny today. Awesome. Hey, Mark Lester. Howdy. Good to see you here. And like I said, if we get to 50 likes, we do have a special prize donated by B.A. Tringer. The last time we came close, but we didn't hit 50. So he really wants to hit 50 tonight. Get back here. Coins are trying to escape. Here we go. Hey, Chris Helms hit the 3 aliens. As usual, I do have my bounty available. If we get a V, a Buffalo, and a War Nickel, I give away a shield cent. Haven't hit that. Even myself, I have not hit that. I had 2 of the 3, but not 3. We do have another find. Ring of Death. What's it, 2024? Let me go in and do one thing here. There we go. Hey, Resonate. Welcome. Hey, Jimmy rolled 3 money bags. So far we have a 2024 and a 1939. I'm sure you all have been in here and subbed to each other's channels and stuff, but if you do need, want to post your link, if you provide content, !me will give you a link to your channel that someone can then click on and subscribe to. That's almost a high D, but it's not high. It's still low, but dang, that threw me for a second. We have adventure game thing, we have duel, we have slots, and we have gamble. I think everybody has points, but if you don't, holler and one of the mods or myself will give you some. Hey, Quang Cody, welcome. I am doing not too bad. And for those that came in a little later, I redid my rounds and made it a lot easier to go. So if you tell me number 1, it's got the front and back, you know, number 14, front and back, etc. So hopefully that makes it easier for you guys. I was going to go in and put like the number next to it, like say number 13. I don't even know which one it is. But like if I had duplicates, I was going to put like a D or the amount of duplicates I have. But I haven't done that yet. I did add the buffaloes to the wheel, or the slots. After hitting 3 buffaloes Monday night, I figured it would be appropriate. Hey, Chris Holmes, didn't you hit 3 earlier? 3 aliens? So I figured it would be appropriate to put 3 buffaloes on the wheel, or the slot. Has been a slow box so far. $20.24 and a 1939, and we're on roll 13. I noticed I was kind of getting almost getting off the screen. No findings. Welcome, Rolando Castaneda. Rolando Castaneda. Thought that sounded weird. Let me just see if you have points. You do not. I'm going to give you 2 million points. There you go. Now you should have many points. Oh man, 3 buffaloes. So Rolando, does not look like you'd been here before because you didn't have points. So welcome. I appreciate you joining. What we're doing is we are guessing the year of this nickel. So if you want to put what you think the year is, whoever gets the closest above or below. So like say it's we'll just say 2000. And someone put a 1999 and someone put 2001, you'd both win. If someone hits exactly on, then that person wins. But at the end of the night, I do a wheel spin of all the names. And if you are chosen off the wheel, you win a copper round. It's free to play. No purchase necessary. If you are under 18, like we had on Monday, you just have to have a parent say, yes, it is okay to send my child a gift. Because you cannot directly market to children. Found my first V. Oh, nice. I've only ever found one, and that was my first box I ever opened. I found a V-nickel and a war nickel, or buffalo nickel. I did not hit the war nickel. Hey, Renee and me. If you want to get a year in real quick, you're welcome to. After I finish this last little few. Hey, welcome John Jacobs. I will flip the coin. Usually KJ will put up little stop signs, meaning no more guesses. So I've got about 10 more coins left. And then when I say that I'm done, then he does. Yeah, everything is good. Hey, Isaiah Moses. If you want to get a guess in for the year, you are welcome to. I'll give you a minute or so to get that. I'll just unwrap this one, and then I'm going to say it's time to flip. So you got about 10 seconds if you want to get in. Okay. Stop signs, perfect. Hey, B.A. Tringer, welcome. It is a 1946. Anybody have 46? 40, 41, 42, 43, 49, ooh, 48. I'm thinking John Jacobs at 48, is that right? If it's not, let me know. We're trying to get to 50 likes. Special prize if we do. And for those that came in late, I am drinking Fanta Orange Zero. If you have questions, you can always tag me. It's one of those I will try to see it. But you can also tag a mod. It's that time again. Yep. I wish. I gotta see about. Hey, Wild. I gotta see about maybe getting a different prescription. The one doc was telling me about it, and I was looking it up. And my insurance does not cover it because it's too new. So, and it's not cheap. I think it's $300 or $400 for a 30-day. But they do have some of those like discount card things that you can use instead of insurance. So if it is, it might be even at $60 would be worth it. So we'll see maybe about getting that and see if that helps me, because they do not like to give industrial supplies of sleep aid or sleeping pills. Chris Holmes says he's drinking sweet tea. Awesome. And I do look at both ends to see if we do have an ender. We have not had an ender so far. Got question, folks. Is the 2024 nickel low minted just in Denver, or is it for both? It's for both. Denver, I believe, is lower, but Philly is still pretty low. I think Denver's like 30 million or something, and Philly's like 35 or something. I can't remember for sure, but something like that. know we've seen some people that haven't been here before, so if you want to throw your exclamation me, throw your channel link if you provide content for people to subscribe to, you are welcome to do that. Does John Jacob need points? Not seeing out of points. So on those, when you do exclamation me like Queen Cody, it pops up that link. You click on it, and you can go and have a subscribe button. So I gained. Bot doesn't remember with the pound sign, ampersand, or not ampersand, and sign. I call it the pound sign, not the hashtag. I grew up before there was hashtags, so in my mind it's always the pound sign. Oh, we got our first find of kind of interesting. This is not a guess the year, okay, because I don't know a year on it, but oil rigs, where do you think it's from? United Arab Emirates. I've never found that, and it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a septagon. It's nice and shiny, so it must be pretty new. But yeah, I was gonna say those characters at the bottom I do not know. I actually had a program that, because I have a ton of foreign bills, I would put it in and it would do the take the symbols and convert it to numbers. Let's see if I still have that. I made like a database of all my US and foreign currency. I've done the same thing with my silver and gold, that sort of thing. That is on my channel. You can always click on that and download it. It's a Google Doc. The easiest thing to do is download it and save it as a Excel document, because that's what I built it in. John Jacob not have points? Because I wasn't seeing it in my low point thing. Let me just see. Interesting. I show John Jacobs has 1,911,074 points. Let me just come in here and go add a few points. I now changed you to 2 million. So hopefully you can play now. You can always do exclamation points, and that tells you how many points you have. So you had the 1.9 million, but I just put it back to 2 million. And hopefully you're able to do it now. Sorry, this box is kind of sucking, BH. Got a 30s, a 40s, and a 2024 and a foreign. This is roll 18 that I'm on. You need to get to 50 likes for a special prize. Yes, I get them from both the bank and the credit union. I have accounts at both of them. And I just ask them to order me some. Sometimes they forget, and so I get down on my stock. I was able to pick up 2 because the bank that I was getting them on, they were both getting them on every other Wednesday. And then somehow it got switched for the bank. So theirs comes this week, and the credit union gets them next week. But they said that they did have 2 boxes for me when I picked up my halves. So you just pay, for me, you just pay $100 for the box of nickels. I just have to take it out of my account. If you're able to get pennies, you will be lucky, because my both bank and credit union have said they have tried ordering and they are being told they are not going to get them. And then some banks make you roll them to deposit them back. My credit union has it's actually a Coinstar, but it's not the big green kind. And it's just one of those that is marketed for people to put the coin in, and they'll charge you, I think it's 8% for a non-member, 6% if you're a business, and if you're just a regular member and you deposit it straight to your account, there is no charge. So I just go, I swipe my debit card, which I never use except for that purpose, and because I always put everything on my credit card and then pay it off every week. But I swipe my debit card and dump them into the machine, and it just goes into a big huge bin. There's actually 2 bins, because when it's empty, you hear this clunk, 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 clunk. And then they don't service it or anything. It's just the Coinstar people, they send courier people to come out and empty it. And so for me, I don't have to worry about rolling them or anything like that. But I do know that some people have to. John Jacob says an 84 Canadian cent. Good old Leafy. I'm on roll 20, and it looks like right now we're at 20 likes. So at this rate, we'll get 50 by the 50th roll, hopefully. Hey, Nikki Silverstacker, welcome. All right. Any other guesses? Get them in. Welcome, Vincent Caparina. I'm watching from work. That's what I always did when I worked in the ER at night, because I would work until 10 and then do calls some nights. So get your guesses in the last maybe 10 seconds if you want to. I'll give you 10 seconds more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now Michael Erickson can put that in. There you go. It's a 1947. So another one from the 40s. Who had I see a 48? Oh, Keith M got 47 exact. Any others besides Keith M? Congratulations. You are on the wheel. Everybody will have a chance to be on the wheel at the end of the night. Before I spin it, I do give everyone the option to get their name on. So no matter what, you get at least one entry. BH, because it's his box, automatically gets an extra entry. So he is already on the wheel, first one. Hopefully we'll find a lot more. I do have boxes sometimes where like the first half is great and the second half is like almost non-existent, and vice versa. Sometimes the first half is awful and the second half is slamming. Once in a while you get a box like on Monday where it was a buffalo in the first quarter of the first roll. We are averaging 1 buffalo every 10 rolls. If we get 25 likes, we'll do the 25 like giveaway. But if we get to 50, we got a special giveaway prize. Last time BH almost got it, I think it was 43, 6, something like that. I want to thank you for joining me later than usual. My son had a basketball game. At one point they were up. Their team did hit a couple 3-points. Pretty nice. And then after the half they were down, I think 7 or 9 points. And they ended up coming back and losing by only 3 points. So it's the first game. I mean, they're just kids, but last season it was sort of the same thing. It was not that great to begin with, and by the time the end of the game came around, or season came around, they were doing decent. Of course, that always happens with no matter what it is, baseball or... I think I've already kept 2005 out for you, BH, but I have found 3, so I'll compare them and see which one's the nicest ones. Was there any other of the newer years or anything that you were needing? So I have been finding 2023s. Broncos are looking... Oh, don't tell me that. I'm wearing a Bronco shirt right now. I know that they were in first place. There was only 3 teams that had the same record. And they were 7-2. The other one was Patriots, and the other one was Colts, I believe. And after not too long ago, the Broncos have been doing quite good on their rebuilding. Wild says, me too, bro. Awesome. Tie game right now, third quarter, but not looking great. Oh boy. At least it's tied and not like down by like 4 touchdowns or something. Sad about the Cowboys players so young, don't make sense. What happened? Someone die? Like on the field, or? I haven't heard anything about that. Usually my son will tell me stuff like that. Suicide, oh boy. This is one of those trickers. It's that weird darker edge. I was hoping it was a more nickel, but it's not. It's just a dirty 75. The 2004P, 2004D. I think I've got those ones for you. I just couldn't remember if you needed any like 23s or 4s or 5s, or, well, 24s you get automatically, but didn't know if you needed 25s, because I have found a few of those. And unfortunately, sometimes, you know, people can have everything and still end up doing that. Unfortunate. Permanent solution to a temporary problem. 2025D. Right there. I've got 3, so I've got, actually I think I have 1 in your package already, but I'll find the nicest ones. If I find a nice 2025P, I'll also pull it out for you if you need it. I don't find as many Ps because I'm in the West. It matches the box. Maybe it thinks it's one. Maybe it thinks it's trying to be a dime and camouflage itself. I only show we're at 20 likes at the moment. My thing shows that we've had 67 people come in and out. So if you hit the thumbs up, you get you closer to that 50. Well, first the 25 and then the 50. Doesn't cost anything. No purchase necessary. I got half a roll, so if you're going to get guesses in, get them in. At this rate, we'll be done in a lot quicker than I expected. So maybe we'll open another box of dimes and edge search those. Just for fun. So far, nothing has come out of either of the boxes. I picked up 4 the same day. They begged me. Okay, my roll is done. So I'm going to cut the wrapper. That should give you about 10 seconds to get your years in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner, it was a, probably can't see that because it's gunked, but it's a 1958. Let's just double check because sometimes those 5s and 3s look alike to me. Yep, 58. First one from the 50s. Got a 39, a couple 40s, and a 50s. So 58. Who got anything? 53. Oh wow, exactly on at 58. Awesome. Nikki Silverstacker, I'm going to give you some points if you're still here. Saw that you only had 100. I always want to say Wild 1, but it's Wild 19 or 1595. We've had a couple of them tonight that have been nailed exactly on. I think JJ hit one exactly on. I think the max that you can play is either 10,000 or 100,000. I can't remember. I think 100,000. So if you do put like gamble all or whatever, it will only let you bet the max amount that is set. I can actually tell you. Minimum amount is 1,000, maximum amount is 100,000 for the slots. Same thing with gamble. So yeah, I think 100,000 is the most you'd be able to bet. So if you did do max, that's the max it would do. We've got quite a few that have been like ugly, dirty ones. Hey, first one of the night. $2009. So you have a 2024 and a 2009 now. Low mintage, both of those years. I thought it was strange that we found a 2024, not a 2009. Usually I find 2009s before 24s. But I think that's because they're newer and they're not as circulated. I don't remember the points for duel or heist, but it wouldn't be any higher than 100,000, I'm pretty sure. And by the way, you now all have another 1,000,000 points. So if you had lots of points, now you have more. If you didn't have lots of points, now you have more. Oh, 3 buffaloes. Awesome. I actually should change the payout on that to be higher. Because putting 3 bison on there was inspired by Monday night's box hitting 3 buffaloes. We're on roll 28. Luckily, if you die in this, you come back to life. Like a vampire. Vampire! That's another one of those Ds that look high, but unfortunately it's not the high one. It's just a little higher than normal. Come across those quite often. We haven't had too many guesses tonight. Only a handful. check one thing real quick. I should run to the mailbox because my new bags have arrived, it says. I forgot to pick those out. So maybe we'll go on a quick little break and I'll run down there and grab them. At the end, maybe. I remember getting the notice saying it was delivered, but I totally forgot about it until I was looking down and was throwing these in the bag. Now I don't have to worry about putting too many in one bag. Because usually I put 2 boxes of halves in one of my canvas bags. And that's about 50 pounds worth. And I can put, like, 2 boxes of nickels, that's what, 40 pounds or something. The other night I had 3 boxes, well, 2.5 boxes of halves, because I still have some to go through for the DDOs and stuff. And I walked in with close to between the 2 bags 100 pounds of coin. So now that I have bags, hopefully they are correct. I think the minimum on the slot bet now, JJ, is 1,000. I can't remember. So I didn't see a roll for you. Oh man, Chris Holmes almost got 3 more aliens. He's an alien hunter tonight. There's been quite a few that look like they're going to be only in the 70s. Although we have pulled out a few 64Ds to go through. Kind of afraid starting late we wouldn't have as many likes happening, and that so far looks like that's about what is happening. I was thinking I needed to check the mail when I got home, or driving by it. I was like, no, I don't have anything. I do. I have a lot of stuff that I've bought on auctions and things that now I've got quite a few of, so now I need to start kind of weeding some of it down. So maybe I'll do a small auction now and then. I have a ton of barber halves. Not the ones in my collection, well, my barber half book. I did pick up 2 more, or 3 more. So now I have my 97S, my 1914, they're all G4 or better, and a 96S. So I need to put those in my book. I got a notification that one of them that I've been looking for is available, but I think it's going to wait a while. It's a $350, I think. But the problem is if I don't get it, it'll take a long time for it to show back up, because it's just one of the hardest to come by. So, I don't know, it's like, do I drop the money now and pick it up, or hope that I can find one later? I mean, I could buy it if I wanted to, it's just, I don't want to spend that much right now. Oh. I think I'm only missing 3 or else 4 for the complete collection of barber halves. G4 better. If I had to, I could always get a less than G4. Just until I do get a nice one. Hey, Mark Lester got 3 buffaloes. I think my chat is frozen up again. Oh, there you go. I always look at those 2005 buffalo ones for the speared bison, but I thought I found one once, but it was a scratch and it was not the correct thing. You could actually see that it was a scratch. If I ever come across one that looks nice, like it could be, I always scope it just to make sure, like if I think it might be one, if it's a scratch or not. But Sorry, VH, this box is not doing well. '30s, 240s, a 50, an 09, a 24, and foreign. And a 2025 Denver, since you need that one. I haven't even come across like any 60 Blazers. I usually find 60 Blazers pretty often. Well, not often, but decently enough. A few more 2000 or 1964 Ds. A couple of them were nice looking too. It's funner when you have more finds to do guessing, and I guess I could just guess some of these just ugly ones. Usually I'm wrapping up now, but because I started way later, I'm not. Boom. What'd you find? Oh, yeah. I was looking at the one right above it, and I'm like, okay, a buffalo, eyes, and pepper. But now I see it, 3 money bags. I'll just call you Mr. Moneybags. It's weird, it was like never getting any payouts. And so I went in and switched the payout amounts, which shouldn't affect anything in the scheme of rolling slots. But it seems like after I've done that tonight, I've seen quite a few people hit 3. Well, we finally got our next one to look at. I almost put that face up. I am just pulling those 2004s and 5s out just to make sure, to see if we can find one for you. If I didn't have one in my package for you already, I'm pretty sure we found them the one night. But I want to make sure if I do have one, I'll definitely get you one. Because you know what happened when thought he farted. Got about 10 coins left. I think everybody's pretty much already got those in there. 5 coins left. Alright. 71, 53, 58, 48, 79, 47, 64, 52, 58, 57, 59, 50, 53. Okay. So I think everybody else is in. But another 1958. Looks like we got 2 at least. KJ and Smoker. Always hit the wrong screen there. I think that's the first one that we've got 2 on, maybe? I can't remember. So has anybody noticed those boost thing that we were talking about on Monday? When you're watching someone's videos. Sometimes you like have to swipe like the comment thing, like it'll pop up like where the comments are, but sometimes you have to like swipe the comments out of the ways to actually get to that screen, because if you notice there's like 2 little dots that you can swipe back and forth. And not all people have them. I know you have to be less than 500,000, but I can't remember what the minimum is. I want to say it's a boring box because it's always fun hunting nickels. But you can't win great boxes every single night. I think I need to go get my eyes checked. I was noticing tonight that, like in the evenings when I get more tired, my right eye gets a little bit fuzzy. when I was married, I had to get glasses. And a year later we went in and, you know, everybody was doing their checkup for all the kids and everything. And so they redid, you know, rechecked mine, and the doc goes, you don't need glasses anymore. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you're correct. Your eyes corrected themselves. He goes, it happens sometimes. I was like, I was like, you're going to have to tell my wife that, because she's not going to believe me, because I hate glasses. But he said once in a while they do correct themselves. I'm rooting to get to 50, but I don't think we're going to make 50. Right now, it's not even look like we're going to get 25. So if you come through, because now it shows that there's been 94 people who have been in and out at one point. I'll take any that I get. Although I have been in, like, you know, pause and stuff that I'm sitting there and someone will remind me and it's like, oh, I didn't hit that like, thank you. Sometimes eye color changes. I've always had like 20/20 vision until, you know, at that point it was, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago. And that's when I had to get glasses, and then a year later it corrected itself. So I have blue eyes, and I've always been told that they look like crystals. Especially like when the sun is shining and stuff. I was gonna say, blue's not the rarest color. I can't remember which one it is exactly. It's like a, I think it's like technically yellow or something. It's not like one that you go, oh yeah, that, you know, lots of people have that. It's like, no, no one has that. But it's like extremely uncommon for that one. It's like less than 1%, but I'm thinking it was yellow. But then I think hazel and green, one of those is like next, and like blue is low, but not the lowest. But of course brown is most common. There's like some gene that people have, which basically, like my mom, me, my brothers, that caffeine doesn't like affect them. doesn't make you jittery. It doesn't make you, crash. Like if you go, you're drinking it constantly and then you quit, you don't get those jitters or shakes or whatever. And that's the way it's always been with me, is I can drink energy drinks and caffeine and all kinds of stuff, and it doesn't really do much for me that way. I mean, it'll make me alert, but it doesn't make me jittery. Like when I'm on call and I've had a hell of a weekend and I've drank 4 in one day, I can actually come home and then sit down and actually take a nap. I think my son has the same sort of thing, because caffeine doesn't really seem to affect him. They don't drink a lot of caffeine when they're with me. Sometimes, like I said, on like a Saturday, if we're out doing something, I don't mind. But if they're like in the evening or anything like that, it's like, nope. Is one of these going to be normal? No. Another 64D. But then there's some people that they can do like a Diet Coke and be flying off the walls. This will be a good one. Man, there are just some ugly nickels in this box. Like, it's like, what happened to it? Like, for example, that one. At least your 64Ds have started stacking up. That's nice. It's one of those you hope to find a D over D, but you never know. Got a second one to guess after this one. Butter pecan ensure. I didn't even know they made that. Alright, since we have another one to guess, let's finish this one up. one. Now I can't remember if it was a 53. Is it Chris? Chris had 55. Did anybody else have anything lower? And this is a new one, by the way. I think just Chris. When I first saw it, I was hoping it was a 55 because it had a Philly on it. Because the 55 Philly is a semi-key date. Another 64D. And if we were having a box battle, I would be losing. I'll open this roll and then one guess per coin. Yep. So that last one, you get one guess, and this is a new one, so you can guess on this. So when KJ puts those your guess with the down arrows, that means you can get a new one. So if you put one and you change your mind, you can always retract yours and put one in instead as a different one. So let's see, you had... Oh, you haven't guessed. No, okay, 77. So say, like, if you say you put 97, you went, oops, you just retract it and put your new number in. So, good question. Only 1 out of every 5 people who have passed through have liked the stream, it looks like. All right. It's a Denver, and it's a 59. Not too bad of a shape on it. Anybody get 59 exact? I got a 58. Oh, John Jacobs at 59. JJ's got on there twice with exact numbers. I was way off. Once in a while I'll throw one in just to kind of mix it up, throw people off, but usually and if you're in here you'll get the hint on it. Usually it will be 50s or lower. New guesses? But once in a while, I throw one in that is not an old one. Just to spice it up. You don't need to throw me off tonight. So you're saying I should not put a 64 in there? Because I know you like to choose 64. Oh, I still have a roll here. Oops. Hey, Maple Leaf. I got your round sent off Tuesday, I think, so we'll see how long it takes. BH sent me something, and the card, it was like pretty quick in my opinion. We'll have another one after that. I think it was one that went Hawaii. It got there in like 3 days. Like I sent it out, and then like 3 days later it was, hey, I've got it. I think it was 3 days. It's like, how can it get to Hawaii in 3 days? And it takes a week to get to New York or something. I do have a lot of people when they're winning that their address is in New York. I have more out east than I do out west. But the mountain states represent. Yeah. And then we have Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, Idaho. Night, Jimmy. We'll see if takes 10 to 14 days to get to Canada. I figured it'd be about 2 weeks. We'll finish this one up, and then we'll get new guessing. Say 58. I think someone had a 58. Jimmy was close at 59, but JJ again at 58. Okay, new guess. Night, Jimmy. Thanks for coming. Appreciate everybody that comes in and stops in and hits that like and says hi. Gaining quite a few hours. Usually I get about 100 hours a week in watch time. Which isn't too bad. At least for me, you know, just kind of starting out. Alright, let's finish guesses up. I think we should have pretty much everybody. Got 46, 56, 39, 41, 40, 54, 41, 50, 39, 66, 46, 64, 48, 41. Okay. It is a Denver, nope, Philly. Let's see, 1951, or is it a 2? 51. So if it was a 51S, that would have been a semi-key date. But unfortunately, no S. So who was that? 51, I've got, I think there was a 50. Is what I'm seeing. JJ is rocking it. That is 4 in a row that you've got. Another 2025, so I'll pull that out. Like I said, compare them all at the end to see which one is the best. Well, we went up to 21 likes to see. You know, sometimes it lags a little bit on mine, but like the one, it says viewer 16 likes 21, and this one says viewer 17, and so it's like, which one's right? Night, Gregory, thanks for coming. If your name was on the wheel, make sure you check the end of the show sometime. Can't remember if you were or not, but you do have a week to claim it if you are. I appreciate those hanging out, being late. The kids will probably actually be calling here in just a minute. So when I do, I will just put it on mute. And it'll also be a good time to do some guessing. I could walk out and get my package. Sometimes on the nights that they play games and stuff, they end up calling a little bit later. But I can usually tell you if it's a school night, it'll be usually right before 9 o'clock. It's like 8:50 or so. If it's not a school night, it's usually about 10 o'clock. That's why I looked up and I was like, We got 3 rolls left. My daughter's rock tumbler should be finishing, I think, tonight, maybe tomorrow, for the first round. And then you still have 3 more stages to go. Alright, just about finished with this roll, so let's finish up the guesses. I'm sure you've already got guesses in, but if not, $56 out of Philly. So, 56. Ooh, Otis. Hey, welcome, Otis. I didn't see you come in. Otis got exactly on, it looks like. Smoker hit it exactly on. And Queen Cody got it exactly on. And I think that's it. I've got Otis, Smoker, and Queen Cody. Yeah, Otis snuck in there without me seeing it. And once in a while they don't call just because, for whatever reason. Well, we're getting towards the end of the box, and at least we find another one. 2009. Tis number 2. I always flip them just to also look at the mint marks, because I've had some that I would never have guessed they were proof, because, you know, they get beat up or whatever. So I always flip them onto the front to also look, or if it's on the back, but look for S's. Because I have found a few that pop out. Hey, AG. Welcome. Getting down to the end of the box here. But we've got a whole bunch of 64s to go through now. It's been kind of a slow box. Not super chatty tonight. Well, less than normal. My back does hurt for a bit. Don't know why. And for some reason, Chris, it showed you only having 200 points, so I just went in and added, I think, 3 million to you. What do you guys think? Does that look like a D over D? That's what I'm thinking anyway. JJ says damage. It's one of those that when it looks like that, I'll flip it and then decide when they can look more. So for now we'll call it a D over D, but you can see through the plastic it's harder to see usually. But yeah. I do find them once in a while. Chris Helms says 25 likes. Awesome. Exclamation GAW. I think that's just probably damage. I've got to brush up on some of these that I don't find as often. I can't tell them that. Let's do this. was going to pull up a picture and remind myself what they look like. You see, if you talk with Pa, I made my whole of 50 subs. Now he's the one that got me wanting to make videos. Awesome. So you can now do, because you have to hit 50. So sounds like you did that. Congratulations. Broncos just won 10-7. Sweet. Oh, and welcome, Canadian Roll Hunter. I saw someone say hi, and then I should already be subbed, but we will double check. Yep. Oh, what the hell? It probably says that there's still some time, and it does, so we're going to resume entries. So you still have a... We'll put another, I don't know, minute or so to finish these ones up. Thank you, Canadian Roll Hunter. Well, that means they're 8-2, so I don't know what the other two teams. It was, I think the Colts and the Patriots were also 7-2. So I guess we'll see what they. I don't know why I wasn't already. Yeah, I've done that. That's why I always double check, because I'll be like, I'm pretty sure I'm subbed. But I've had times where I'll double check and it's like randomly unsubscribed to people. That happened when I first found Pa. I subscribed, and then a little bit later I was watching. I was like, why didn't I get a notification? And it was because it unsubscribed me. So I went back in and subscribed. So that's why I always tell people, double check. Alright, I think that's enough for, love it. I love our record. I'm a huge fan of the Broncos. Just a lame game tonight. Yeah, that is. Let's go to this one. We will close entries. And as usual, you know what I'll say. We'll pick a winner, not our nose. Hey, congratulations. Awesome. You're welcome. Just want to go back to this one and just take a quick look again. That one I'm kind of thinking is more damage. Because it's not the usual look. Because it's the up at the top, middle. Usually the other ones don't look like that, so I think that one's just damaged because it's kind of flattened out too. Yeah, well. Good night, everyone. Take care. Alrighty, so got that possible D over D, 64. We'll take that. We've got a 51, a 56, a 58, a 59, 53, excuse me, another 58, and another 58. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 from the 50s. Only 2 from the 40s. Usually we find a lot more than that. That's a 47 and a 46. We did get that 39. We did get that interesting one. I've never found one of those. United Arab Emirates, and I have no idea what the year is because I do not know what that is. We got two 2009s, both Denver. And we had a 24 Philly with the Ring of Death. Still take it though. So we had 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different things we found. Now we'll go through the 4s and 5s and see if I don't have them, I'll throw those in. And I'm pretty sure I put a 2025 in also, but figure that one's got a bigger scratch on it. Something on that little ding there. I think that one's the nicest one. Just make sure these aren't any Phillies. That's a Denver, a Denver, a Denver, a Denver. All right. If we want to get the name on the wheel, type wheel. Wheel. Oh, I gotta put those on too. Yes, thank you. It's funny because it's sitting right here. I'll get those on after I get all these wheels in. There we go. M. Marshall, KJ in Ohio. JJ. Got Wild, Renee and me. Mark Lester. Chris Holmes. Queen Cody. Maple Leaf. Welcome, KCB 9848. Smoker 360. KCB, I've added some points so that you can do games and gamble and stuff. BH. If you haven't hit like and subscribe, I hope you do. Hey, Lindsay Diane. Anybody else? So I'll read these off, make sure I've got them. I got AG, Wild, Keith, New Marshall, KJ, JJ, Renee and me, Mark Lester, Chris Helms, Queen Cody, Maple Leaf, KCB, Smoker, BH, and Lindsay. Did I miss anybody? I'm going to throw those ones. The oldest was 39, so we have KJ in Ohio. We had Chris Helms. And we had Smoker 360. There was 3 of you that guessed 39 exactly. I don't know why I said that weird, but I did. Exactly googly. All right. Let's go to this one. Make sure you don't have any double up names like I did the other night. Looks good. I'm going to shuffle a bunch and then randomly click. JJ, you are the winner. Congratulations. And I did redo my things so that if you hey, Adam just emailed me. Awesome. Oh, we need to do an end stream too. You're welcome. Probably have your address somewhere, but you'll email me with whatever round you want. I did redo these with numbers, so number 1 is front and back, number 2 front and back, so on, and then also all the way down to number 28, which is channel sticker. So if you email, you can say send me a copy of it, and I will send that to you. Now let's do John Jacobs. Give to Lindsay Diane, please. Okay. So, Lindsay, you need to email me. Very generous of you, JJ. And we have a end of stream. We'll start that. So there are all of your finds on that. I'll throw that in with your package. I'll go through all of these. Like I said, I think I've already got them, but if not, I'll add those in. So these are all the 2004 P's and D's that I had pulled out that weren't horrible. Like absolutely horrendous. So, and if I have put them in your thing, then I will just find the nicest one. And again, just email me. I'll send you a copy of this. And I'm going to send make sure I get the right thing. Yep. All right, Adam, I emailed you back with a screenshot. I think I've got Lindsay's email in my Yahoo, so I'll send you that. Thanks for the hunt. Yeah, very welcome. Thank you, Coin Cody. Turned out better than I thought. Number 9, Army. Oh, that's the Marines. I just need to find it. I've tried to take them off as I give them out. If I do happen to not have it, I will just let you know and have you choose again. There we go. So, U.S. Army, Sherman tank. I'll put that in a little better flip because it's already ripping apart there. This is just what it came in, so I will put it in, like I said, a nicer one for you. In fact, I've got one right here. I like to use the ones that are a little bit bigger on it, because I found those acrylic ones just don't really go well through the mail. There you go. I usually get them sent out the next day, but sometimes... There you go. Hoorah! I was in high school. I did 4 years of JROTC, Army. I ended up the Command Sergeant Major, CSM. My brother, who came in after me, because I went 4 years and graduated, my little brother came in 4 years. He ended up the, we're going to resume entries because it died again. He ended up the BINCO, the battalion commander. And the funny thing is my older brother, who did not do ROTC, ended up spending, I think, 13 years in the Army. He did started with intelligence, then he moved to like all the computer system stuff, and then taught at Fort Huachuca for the last stint of his career. Six years Army Guard. I was, we'd do drill downs and stuff, and the National Guard was right across the street from a gas station we called Mini Mart. That was a little bit of a hoodlum, but I always did it so that no one could really tell. Like, some people just do it and be stupid, but I would go in my uniform and buy my friends the cigarettes. I'd buy a carton of cigarettes. That's back when you could get a carton for $15 to $18 of Marbs. Marb Red Hards is what I always do. So I'd go in and buy a bunch of different cartons, and they wouldn't even card me because they just assumed I was 18 because I was in my uniform. So got away with a few things like that. Alright, I think we probably got enough on that. We're going to close entries. Give you about 5 seconds. Exclamation GAW. I'm sure everybody's gotten in. We got 15 people in. So that should be, I think, right about everything. Let's come over to the monitor. Close the winner, or close the raffle, and we're going to pick a winner, not our nose. KJ. Congratulations. I know I've got your email. I can send you that picture. Number 16, please. Okay, you've already got it going. Let's see, what was 16? That was the Walking Liberty. Or, yeah. I think I've got a couple of those. The Buffalo nickel has also been a popular one. Luckily, I've had a few of those. All right. So, KJ. Those are the same one. That's a different one. So actually I have two options. I don't know which one exactly that one was, but I've got the one that is more of a proof look with that on the back. So let's see what the 16 had the big eagle. So the one with the eagle on it, I may not have. So I've got the, we'll just show them to you again. We got the proof looking one with that one. That's the same thing. This one's more of a just regular with that eagle, and then same thing but with that back. So you want one of the proof one looking ones, the shiny with the, like that one. Cool. I'll have to change the backing on that. I may have taken the wrong one off when I redid them, but oh well. I'm going to switch your out for one that's not brittle and cracked, more supple and bendable, pliable. Okay, so now I'll just get the one from Lindsay, and unless and all late here in New Jersey. Yeah, it started later than normal. I will be doing on Monday at 5:30 again. I will be doing a box for Michael Erickson, I believe it is, and it's a full hunt. So we got the coin pack and all that good stuff. All right. So now I'll have to update that thing. I should actually just like put numbers on these, you know, put like a number 1 type thing. That way I can make sure I get the exact right one. But anyway, so JJ had the wheel and gave it to Lindsay. I think, like I said, I've got her email in my Yahoo one. Wheel of names is complete. Denmo, I think you might have already left, but I'm giving you more points because you only had 200. There you go. So I got to go through these 09s and or 04s and 5s, double check. We've got all kinds of stuff already for you, BH. Had a couple different, I think you won 3 different rounds. Got the sticker, the pen, the can opener. We have the fines from 10/6, the fines from 9/29, the fines More finds from 10-6. And finds from tonight. These are, I think, the war nickels that you needed. I'll have to double check your email and see which one. And make sure I got them for the ones you need. For some reason, an 04 just laying there. Did you need a 2010 Philly also, I believe, maybe? I'll have to look at your email, because I don't remember off the top of my head. But I do have an 05 Denver Buffalo, and that one. I got the 04 Keel boat. I know, it's one of those that the package just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and yeah, I'm sure he won't mind. So, just a little bit of a haul for him. He's had the mail strike go on, so that's why I couldn't send it the first little bit, and then he was getting a box, so we are just adding to that, and then instead of having to send 2 different packages, just sending 1, and it'll be a little bit more, but it's less than 2 packages. So I think to Canada this is over a pound, I think, so it's going to be like 2010 Philly. Not the best condition. I've tried to save the nicest one out. So, 2010 Philly. I'll double check those war nickels and on the ones you need, and I think I've got some better than some of these a little bit slicker ones, but hopefully. I think one of them was the only one left, but I'll check. Alright, 2010p, and then like I said, I've got the 04s and 5s, and I'll go through all those. These were the nicest out of the other ones, which was the 04p Keel, the 05D Ocean View, an 05D Bison, and the 04D Keel. Is that 04D Keel? I'm going to send you that one because that's 04D is the nicer one. BH beginning with Die Clash under Monticello. Yeah, I had your paper out somewhere, but I'm not sure what I did with it, so I'll find it in your email for the ones that you need. I'll get these ones sent out. I'll email Lindsay. I sent email. Okay. I think it's my Yahoo one, so I just have to pull that out and... Yep. So I'm going to reply and attach that screenshot. Alright, replied back to you there. Yes, John Jacobs, very, very nice of you. I do have one thing, if I can find it. Maybe not. BH sent me one of these. It's a 2002. Thank you again. I got those, and better than I expected it. So, thank you. And I do have all that. And I have your card too, so I know I have your address. I think both email and on the card. So, all right. Well, that's 10 o'clock. Like I said, a little later than normal, but it was just family things came up. So Monday, regular time, 5:30, and we will be doing another nickel box hunt, full hunt, and I believe it's Michael Erickson. So I'll throw that on like I always do in advance. And I've got that, so I'm going to get your address there and write it on the thing. Sometimes I talk to myself and yeah, stupid thing. Okay. All right, well, I think that'll pretty much do it for tonight. I'll probably get those sent out, might be Monday, because I don't know if I'll be able to get them out tomorrow, but we'll see. So, if not, it's just a few extra days. Sounds good. All right. I've got a few coins laying around. I got to figure out why I pulled those out. Some of them are just regular. Maybe I just dropped them. Who knows? Like a 2020D. Why do I have a 2020D just sitting here? Probably fell out of my hand. All right. Likely do another. Yeah, definitely. Glad to do it. And if it's a regular size package, it's I think $11 if it's under half a pound. But I know this one's going to be over a pound. And let's just see. Yeah, it is saying it is over 1 pound, 17.67 ounces. But that's without all the rest of the stuff in it, so that's why it'll be more. Good night, all. Nice job, DHG. Thank you very much, John Jacobs. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everybody's support that's been in watching me. I've had a few kind of find me lately and say that they've had fun. Some of them are first-time winners and never have won anything on channels, they said, and I think that's kind of awesome. So I gotta remember to put that there, put that over there. And then I'll look through your emails again and figure out which ones I need to pull out of those. But I know I have at least 3 of them I think you needed right there, so pretty nice ones. All right. Well, that'll do it for tonight. I appreciate everybody. And you guys have a good weekend. We will see you on Monday. Hey, welcome blockers. Now that we're ready to go, but hope your hunts are doing good. Hopefully you can find some pennies. I'm not able to. I know some people are now saying that they're not able to get them either. So if you are able to get pennies, that would be awesome. I wish I could get them. So there you go. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Tomorrow is Friday. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I don't think I have the kids because I had them the last 2 weekends because she was gone. So I won't have them next weekend because I'm on call, unfortunately. Anyway, thank you, KCB. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't. If you have, I appreciate it. I know most of you have already subscribed, but always helps out. Okay. Almost 3 hours exact because I started at 6:59 and it's now 9:58. Fun. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Night. Time to wash my hands.